Have you been defeated when taking off your Subaru STI's clutch slave cylinder 14mm mounting bolts? Well, let's get into that. Let's make So let's show you what I'm talking about. So in order to take the clutch slave cylinder bolts off, the 14mm bolts off without taking off your starter, you have to use a combination of a ratchet and a 14mm, and in this case a 3/8 will not fit, so you have to use a 1/4-inch ratchet. But even with the 1/4-inch ratchet, as you wind it out just a couple of turns, the back part will hit the starter. So the problem is that this is much too high profile in order to get in there, and a ratcheting wrench, a ratcheting combination wrench, it's basically there's other things in front and behind not allowing you to kind of take that bolt out. Let me explain what happens. So the only reason why you need to ratchet and you can't use a standard ratcheting combination wrench in these scenarios is if you've got something in front and something behind, right? So what will happen is if you take your ratcheting wrench, which this is not, but you take it in here, as soon as you try to turn it, you don't gotta swing because things in front and behind are blocking it. So that's why you need to use a ratchet. The socket will actually extend this out, right? So that you can basically have a swing at this one, right? Any kind of swing is better than nothing, right? So you're like this, extends it out, so now you can see you can actually swing your ratchet. So the only way I got it out was using this ratchet, but again, once you move out about 2mm, you're stuck because the back of this will hit the starter. So what we're going to do here is I thought of making a tool. We're going to take this 1/4-inch, right, and put it into here. I'm going to take this nut. This is another 14mm nut, by the way. I decided to use the same size just to not change the, I guess, the overall strength of the tool, right? So we use a 14. Put it onto here. What we're going to do is cut this off. Unfortunately, because of various reasons, I have too much footage or too much failed footage on how hard it was to actually make this tool. It's harder than you think. And the thing is that this, right? Let's see the end product, what we achieved in this. So if you have a 1/4-inch wrench like this, a cheap one, you have about 1 inch and 9/16, okay? So you're not, this is how thick it is, but if you were to put this tool on, let's see how thick it is, okay, to compare it. Now you can use a ratcheting wrench, okay, put on here. Now let's take a look at this. This one is a major savings. It's clear under 1/2 inch, right? It's about 7/16, right? 1 7/16. Now, doesn't sound like a lot of savings, but if you're in a tight spot and you only got a cut, and with a ratchet, you only got a couple of turns before you back yourself into a corner, well, that 1/8 of an inch there can mean the world, okay? So coming back to this view, we have our nut here, we have our obstructions, and we have our little special adapter tool here. So remember, we had to use a socket to extend that thing out. Otherwise, well, you're hitting the thing. Now with the ratcheting wrench, if this was actually a ratcheting wrench, you can go click, 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 and turn it out. The space savings give you just, a bit more to actually come out or go in certain cases, right? If you're tightening it back. And it may not be a lot, but those fine pitch metric threads take a whole lot of turns to go in. So I've done it before. Going by hand is not fun, and I hope this tool can save you some of those frustrations. And besides, if you're thinking of just, you know, using your hand tighten the yeah, try that in a tight spot with a slippery socket, okay, with no grip. Now, or if you're just putting that nut back in, you can put the nut into the socket, put this on, and you do have to make the first few turns by hand. Now you have a hex to grab onto, which is not slippery, right, compared to this one. So I think this tool is great. It's modular. It doesn't require you to, you know, modify your other tools. This is just a simple modification. So again, if you like this one and you want to learn how to make it, like this video, please consider subscribing as well, and I'll show you how to make this. So the other thing here about this is that we can actually make this even better. If you didn't use a flange nut like this, and you use a regular nut, that could potentially give you back even more, like another 1/16 of an inch there. So this took a lot of experimenting to make. It wasn't that easy. So if you like this tool and you want me to show you how to make one, please like this video and subscribe, and I will try to make another one for you with all the steps and all the prep. And see you in the next one. And as a bonus, if you didn't see this, which I think you saw and understood this, is that you only need 3 of these tools in theory, right? You need one for a 1/4 inch drive, one for a 3/8, and a one for the 1/2 inch drive, right? If you don't have a set of ratcheting wrenches, maybe you just get one ratcheting wrench, right? Of a big enough size, right? And you can start with this. Maybe you don't need a whole set. I know those ratcheting wrenches are quite expensive. So think about it. This tool is modular. You need 3 of these, perhaps, maybe just one of them to start with, but it could save you money on buying those expensive a whole set of ratcheting wrenches. All right.